And that is why I drew out my sword that day. Tired of all the lies they feed us and all the truths that they disguise. Expose the lies.
Taran Major, come into my office.
And then he asked me that day, so what are your symptoms? Social anxiety, fear of judgment, acceptance. But what do they want? To watch me suffer or to watch me succeed? And that is why I drew out my sword that day. Tired of all the lies they feed us and all the truths that they disguise. Expose the lies. And that is why I drew out my sword that day. Yo, what is this? Tired of all this thing's supposed to be called the Lightskin what? The truths that they disguise.
What the hell, bro?
All the lies they feed us and all the truths they disguise?
I'm looking at this man like, but wait a second. I remember the last time that Lightskin tried to do this and what happened to him. Now, what did I tell you, Lightskins? I give you a platform, I give you a home. And this is what you do? This is how you treat it? Oh yeah, I got something for you.
If I'm going to green light the Lightskin Hour, you gotta settle with some trade-offs.
I'm gonna create a show that everybody loves, that they'll watch and actually enjoy it. Trust. Hello everybody, I go by the name of Taran Major, and this is the Lightskin Hour. This is my poster right here, LSH, shout out to Jeff. He's the one that drew this up for me. Please check out his artwork, I'll have it in the description below. He's excellent and really good friend of mine. So, I'm a fan of anime, so on my right, your left, we got Attack on Titan, the final season. Premiered December 2020, the final season. I am a huge fan of this show. I just figured that this is my room, this is my platform. I'm gonna show y'all two things that I really love. New beginnings and anime. So, the Lightskin Hour. I know you all had just witnessed or saw or maybe skimmed through the 2-minute little backstory preview that my character has. This channel, this platform is meant for fun. It's meant for, we can talk about serious topics, but I think at the same time, it's giving people that ability and that courage to speak your mind about exactly how you really feel. I believe, being that I was born in the 90s, I was able to see everything unfold and revolutionize and evolve, right? I mean, my first phone, candy bar phone, flip phone, and then now we have smartphones, of course. Social media wasn't a thing back then. I was there when AOL was like your dial tone from your home phone. Who has a home phone anymore? I don't know. But you miss those days because life was truly a mystery. You didn't really know what was going on across the street from you, or a different state from you, or a different country as you. You just had to go based on what you saw off television or the library and read encyclopedias about history and whatever else. And I think that we're at a time where we're at an information overload. Information overload. So I believe that because everybody has their own platform, it's like, okay, right here, this is the Lightskin Hour. And my labels are, I'm Republican. No, wait, I'm Democrat, right? Y'all pick the two, whatever, or maybe you're, your own individual or liberal, whatever y'all want to call it, right? And because I chose this side, for example, that means that I have to subscribe and like and watch and follow everything that this side represents. And then you start realizing that, hey, now that you follow that entity right there, like that freaking label, now that you follow that label, everything is going to be tuned and tailored to that label and yourself. So if I associate myself as this, right, and that means I need to go outside, go to a store, order something on Amazon, get some t-shirts that represent that label, but then leave no room for anything else. So it's really hard getting through to people when they're just one-sided. And it's not to say that it's even their fault. It's easily can be brought up by your upbringing. It can be brought up just by the fact that, hey, literally every single time you wake up in the morning and you and you search up, stuff on Twitter or Facebook first thing, or you're going through TikTok or Instagram, what we all do when we wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom, take a crap, and just be on our phones, and while you're waking up still. And it's like every single post that you see, minus a few, because you were Facebook friends with that person 10 years ago and somehow they still matter in your life. You start beginning to see, wow, not everybody thinks the way that I do. And it can get kind of scary because you're stuck in the middle of, okay, I respect what this side does, but not how they go about it. And then this side, I see how they're warm-hearted, but they're kind of too, pushed back and lackadaisical. Like, we need someone with brute force or strength. And then you stand in the middle and you're just looking at yourself like, well, damn, I don't really know which side to choose. And then you just stick to your own little tunnel vision, right? I believe the problem that is happening right now, and why I even had to get up out my bed and create all of this for you all, is just to remember or remind ourselves that it's okay to be different. It's okay to think differently. It's okay to not come to the same exact conclusion about a topic that somebody else has. Like, I believe we sensationalize, the argument rather than the solution. I believe that the argument is what makes things exciting, the conflict, and I mean, that's by human nature. We enjoy conflict. When you go to a store and, let's say we're in a state of peace, right? The infinite Tsukuyomi. I may be saying that wrong. But you go into the store and you see 2 magazine articles. Let's just pretend that magazines are still a popular thing, right? So you got a magazine article about the youth that just planted the tree of life. And then you got another article about how Justin Bieber has cornrows and he's appropriating black culture, and Lil Nas X did this, and oh God, I think I just said his name, and that enough right there is controversy. But you choose the latter, what I just said, because that's what brings interest, because you're always trying to solve a problem, right? In your own head, you're doing it subconsciously. Every time we wake up, every time we do a task, we're always thinking to ourselves, how do I solve this to get the end desire and receive pleasure, right? We all want to receive pleasure one way or another. I know this kind of sounds sexual all of a sudden, but just hang in there with me. The point is that we're all trying to find our own happiness. And you can't do that when you're being forced, have all this information thrown at you. You have very little time to just, soak it all in. And then here's what you do when you try to soak it all in. You call up your buddy, beep, beep, boop, and then you call, right? And then you tell them about your problems, like some deep shit. And, they're listening to you, but only halfway. And then you start realizing, damn, nobody really gives a damn about, how I'm really feeling, unless, unless it benefits them in some way, right? Like, we're all selfish in that way. And this isn't to shit on people or to, actually no, yeah, it is, because we need to, as mankind, if we're ever going to evolve, we have to change how we accept things now. Like, you can't just cancel somebody because they don't agree with you in your opinion. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, let's say Drake, right? The emperor of all light skins. Like, he makes a mistake. You're also quick to forgive him, right? But what happens when that mistake is unforgivable? Like, he does something like way, I don't know, he just says something really crazy, right? What are you gonna do? Let's think about R. Kelly, for example. We all loved R. Kelly because his music was so inspirational. All the songs that, that we would play at our weddings, or not our weddings, that wasn't my time, but our parents' weddings and whoever else. And now it's like you can't associate yourself with, you're in that divide of like, okay, he's a disgusting, despicable human being, but damn, his music's good. Do I put those two together, or can I keep them separate? And that's the problem with society right now. It's like shitty on the outside, but beautiful on the inside. How do we get that beauty to replicate the outside? And so that's the question of the hour. Now, this show is not meant to actually be an hour. I figured that it'd be cool to call it the Lightskin Hour because it's a very light-skinned thing to do. And I didn't want to call it a light-skinned moment because then it can turn into an hour. I don't know. It was just an idea that came to me. And like while I was trying to think of the name of the show, honestly, I started to think about doing this back in April, end of April. Yeah, in April because I was on vacation. But it's September right now. A lot of things have changed. A lot of preparation came into like how I want the show to be. And honestly, it's still evolving. Like the show isn't just gonna be me talking like this. There's gonna be a lot of fun stuff to go on with it. There's also gonna be, I'll have guest stars, or people that I know are my friends, or maybe friends of friends, whoever. And we just talk about some real shit, and just relax and feel like you have that open space. That's what I think is most important. People fear that if they have a different opinion than the majority or the consensus of all people, then they're gonna be, chastised, ridiculed, or canceled. So you kind of just like scurry away in the corner and you just stick to yourself, and you're never allowed to explore those feelings with another human being. You can only do it through, maybe the means of anime, like how I do it. Like this literally right here is the answer to all life. But that's a whole different conversation. I want to, before we take our first commercial break, I want to be able to make sure that you all understand that I thank you all for even tuning in. For all the people that I've known all my life, or maybe you're watching this and you knew me from high school, that soft, nerdy, weird. I don't even think I was just nerdy. I think I was just a silly dude. Weird guy, and now look at what he's doing. It's fun, but and then my friends and family that I still know to this day. I love you all so much. Thanks for supporting. Please, when you're watching, if you get bored, just slightly hit that subscribe button. And I guess turn the bell icon on. I need to research what that does. If you turn on the bell, I mean, I know what it does. Like it gets you like automatic notifications of whenever I post. But I wonder if that's like also a bonus if someone does both of those. I assume. Anyways, the point is this. All this is off the cuff. I didn't want to take the approach of everything has to be perfect, because I think that takes away from its authenticity, right? Because all the YouTube greats, if you want to call them that, all the YouTubers that make millions of dollars doing their shows, doing their thing, they started from the bottom. I mean, this was before, cell phones were so evolved to this point, where social media, before it blew up the way that it did. And you have to understand that they worked with what they had. So I'm gonna do the same thing, and then that's gonna evolve into, a bigger studio, a bigger home, a bigger everything. So take this journey with me. I appreciate you all, and please stay tuned for the next commercial break.
Life gives us so much turmoil and turbulence. When will it ever be steady? When will I be ready? I am tired of being afraid. As a light skin, I'm prepared to not only help myself, but my enemies. What would I be without them, without you? Thank you, haters. I am light skin, and I am brown. What a time to be alive.
All right, fans, welcome back. I feel the need to address something. You're probably wondering, like, what was that beef that the other light skin had with the guy that was like holding his hair? You see, that character is actually known as the Network. I thought it'd be a pretty fun or silly thing to do because we're always being monitored and, you know, reviewed, and, you know, eyes are watching, ears are listening, whatever. And, you know, you're constantly, like, you're wondering, like, am I being censored right now? Like, if I say one thing that's offensive, like, am I gonna get, like, I won't get, like, the most favorable, like, my video won't be on top. I can't think, sorry. My video won't be on top. It'll be, like, you know, in the gutter, in the bottom, or whatever, just because I said some controversial things. And it's like, I thought it'd be funny if the Network is, like, watching me right now, and they're like, okay, I'll let you do your show, the Lightskin Hour. I don't think anyone's come up with that. Cool. But you need to watch what you say. Now, I'm gonna have it where don't tell them even though they're watching, but as long as y'all have a positive response, screw the Network, I'm gonna do my thing. Because I can't get canceled because this is free. They just don't know that. You can't tie me down, you can't tie me down. Anyways. So yeah, that was the Network. I have a beef with them because they won't let me speak my mind, but I'm gonna do it in very clever ways. I'm gonna talk about some silly stuff. No, I can't talk about the formula. But the point is, you all are gonna enjoy this show. So, yes, that was the Akatsuki outfit. Yes, that was a wig, of course. This is my actual hair. I love anime, so I figured, like, all those things I just did, why not? And I just think it's a good, it's cool. It was fun to me. It was a really fun thing to do. I appreciate all my friends that helped me record. Everything written, directed, and produced by myself, but I couldn't have done it without my friends. So I don't ever want to make it seem like, this was all just me. It's, I respect my people, and I'm gonna give them their credit. I'm gonna give them their dues. So thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. And, I take care of my people. So hopefully y'all will take care of me by liking and subscribing. When I made the decision to create this show, it was a chance for me to embrace what being a millennial / Generation Z is all about. And that is stepping out of your comfort zone and starting something new. I didn't want to go through the same trend of, okay, graduated high school, graduated college, time to, be like this typical career, whether you're a doctor, and it's not to say, okay, like these careers like are basic, like no, like, people work hard for this stuff. I'm not, just hear me out. Whether you want to be a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, a firefighter, a police officer, like those are like your government jobs. Like, you're there to help the community, the people, right? That's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I just felt like I couldn't fit in any of those categories. And it was like, okay, I'm applying for all these jobs about, trying to work at a news station, or I'm trying to, apply for the radio because I have a nice voice. People say my voice is amazing, right? And what are you doing with it? And it's like, okay, this is what I'm doing with it. So here you go. Me in the flesh, for free. I'm giving you all my thought process. Here's my evidence of what I can do and what I have done. Click the link below. And then, my name gets spread out that way. Taran Major. So that was the idea of this. I wanted to create something where I could leave a legacy, right? God forbid something happens to me in the future. And this show is like my history right here. Like, this is like, wow, this is what Taran Major was doing at this time, period, and whatever. So I'm gonna wrap up the show right now, only because, hey, this is like the introduction episode. So that way, you all can get an idea of what to expect, even though I'm still leaving a lot of things out, just because I want to be spontaneous. I want to surprise you guys and surprise myself. Trust me, if you guys, I will tell you the original concept of this show. None of it is happening yet. It may happen, but the original concept was actually pretty interesting. It's not something that I can talk about right now, but it's what got me to stand up here and talk. It's not what I expected to do, but I like it. So once again, this is the Lightskin Hour. I'm Taran Major. This is Aaron Yeager. Check out Attack on Titan final season part 2, January 2022. The Lightskin Hour. I'm gonna try to have new episodes twice a month on Thursdays, so stay in tune for that. Thursdays I'm typically free, so that's why it has to be on Thursdays. I believe I will drop at night, so that way if I drop during the day, you guys can't just say like, oh yeah, I'm at work, screw this, and then swipe it away. Nah. You're at home now. Someone sent you this link because they know me, and you know me through them, somehow, some way. So therefore, you're forced to watch. Forced to watch, yes. But you're not actually watching. If you got to this point of the video, thank you again. Hands are in my pocket. I don't know what to do with my hands, but I'll find out next week. All right, see you all then. Thank you for being part of the Lightskin Hour. Peace.